Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little review on this Oneleaf NV400 Eagle, or Commander as they call it. It's the 2 to 26 by 50 model, and it's got a lot of features very similar to the Hick Micro Alpex. It's a day and night sight. It's mounted in the conventional way as a telescopic sight with the 30mm rings. I've got it set up with the adapters on my 22 CZ452. It's got the IR illuminator, which you can see here, and for night use you'd open this cap up here so you get a lot more light in here, and yeah, you've got the rangefinder on here as well. If you put your ballistic data in, like your ballistic coefficient of the projectile and the height from your centre of your bore to the centre of your sight, you do that in inches. You put the actual grain of the bullet, muzzle velocity, things like that. When you ping that, it will give you a new 0 setting on the vertical plane of the crosshair. So at night, that's absolutely fantastic. There's no guesswork anymore of the range of your rabbit or whatever you're shooting. But yeah, I'll give this a little bit of a play around, and it's an absolutely fantastic sight. I'll go through all the features in a minute. But you know, you've got all your different little buttons and that on here, like your camera and your videos, your playback for when you've been recording. You can flick from, with this button here, you can flick from day, night and twilight zone. This button here, you can turn it, press it and turn it. You scroll through your memory and everything. You can actually zoom in with this function as well. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, this here, your IR illuminator, that takes a 18650 battery, and your main battery, very much like your Pulsar products, because I've got a Thermion, and your battery goes in here the same. This one is a 18500, but you can fit a 18650 in there. You've just got a larger battery cap to facilitate your 18650. But there's your off on button on here. It's absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, I can't record what I'm seeing in the through the sight. It just gives like your target or your rabbit you're shooting at. You can't actually see the crosshair and all the other settings in there, but yeah, it's a great product. Right, one of the main features I'd like to talk about on this is it's got a one-shot 0 feature, a lot like your other thermal products and night vision products, you know, Pulsar, Hick Micro, things like that. It's got a very similar feature on this. Where you've got two sets of crosshairs. You'll keep the on this particular site. You'll keep the white crosshair on your centre of your target, and where you fired your previous shot to, you will move the red crosshair to the point of impact, and then you'll scroll all that with this knob here, and then you'll do a long press, and that stores the input data you've just put in, and then you'll fire another shot, and hopefully that will either be on the centre of the bull or very, very close, and then you can just make minor adjustments in the same way. Now, the only thing that I've noticed with this, that it hasn't got, like other products, it hasn't got like a freeze frame mode where you can put the your crosshair on the centre of the target, freeze it, and then move your secondary crosshair onto the point of impact. As long as you can hold the the rifle nice and steady, say in a tripod like this, and then move it on. You know, that's the only bugbear really. It's not got that freeze frame option. And when you're zooming in, you zoom in with this. This is like a series of clicks every time you turn it. And that can be quite noisy. That might be a bit of a problem if you're doing close range rabbiting. But there, with this product, they're the only things that probably Oneleaf might address if they're going to bring a revised version of this out. It's got an integrated compass, so when you've actually got it switched on the display inside, it gives you your orientation. I mean, it tells you all about this in the instructions. There's that much dimension. I've just highlighted a few of the main points that struck me. You have to orientate your sight in a certain sequence to set it all up. Same with the onboard built-in gyroscope. I think I've mentioned before, it has got picture-in-picture mode. A little bit like a lot of your HIC Micro, Pulsar, and I think Infrared do them as well. It's got your three modes. You've got your daylight mode, and then one of these buttons on top, I think it's your left-hand button. If you quickly press that scrolls through between daylight mode, your starlight mode, which is good for when your daylight's just fading, that twilight period, and then your third one is your night mode, and that's when you'll open the eyepiece here and to let more light in, and you'd use your IR. But like I say, we'll cover that. I'll include a few videos of doing a bit of target shooting at night with it, using it, and we can see how good it is that way. You can also, if you do, it all depends what you like with your daylights, with your normal day telescopic sights, whether you prefer first focal plane or second focal plane. You've got a setting built in. I mean, this here, you give a long press to bring up your menu, and then you scroll through it, just turning that wheel like that, and then you can go through. There's hundreds of settings on it, your exposure, your saturation, all these kinds of little settings, and that's how you input your ballistic data as well. You scroll through the menu to go into that. It is a 2:26 smooth zoom, and you just zoom that way, up and down your zooms just by scrolling that wheel like that. The instructions are very comprehensive. The certain areas I've noticed a bit of like broken English, the way that it's written, because obviously it is from China. It comes from Hong Kong, I do believe. The price of it, I think it's for the laser rangefinder model, which this is. That's $549, and that works out about £520. And you do have to buy it straight from Oneleaf, but I will provide a link for that, and I think I can get around about 7% discount on that for you if you buy it through me, but I'll put a link in the description. Yeah, obviously you can buy it without the laser rangefinder if you wanted to, and I'm assuming that would be quite a bit less, but you can Google this on the Oneleaf website if you wish to do so. But please, if you've got any questions, contact me in the comments, and I'll only be too happy to help you out. Here's some video images I've recorded on the scope. As you can see, it's lovely and clear even when you start zooming in and out. The range here is 50 yards. Right. This is twilight. It's just after 10 at night. Just looking around the horse paddock. Rifle is unloaded. No, it was total pitch black here. It was about 11 at night when I made this recording. Those trees at the bottom of there, 263 yards. Well, that's the target, 50 yards. You can see how clear that is. I'll zoom out. There we are. There, look, zooming in, crystal clear. And the IR is on 2 power there. Let's put the IR on 3. That's full IR. Full IR, there you go. 50 yards away. Look at this. Well, that's your IR. That tree there, 154 yards. That's the IR on 1 power. On 2. And 3. And if we get it full spot, there you are, look. You'd have no problem there. Open round a bit. Look at that then, eh? Absolutely spot on that is. Target again. 50 yards. Look at that. Spot on, look. Right, over at that tree again. £154 yards. There you go. Not a problem, look. Well, this is the twilight mode, starlight mode. I can't understand why it shows up pink. Yeah, I don't know whether there's any benefit for that. I really don't know. I mean, what I'll have to do, I'll have to try it out in future videos and you know, see how we get on. But I need to do a lot more testing with this unit, just to get to grips and really find out in a lot more detail how these different modes work. But at the moment I can't see any real benefit, whether you'd benefit from having day mode still on or switching straight over to the night mode. Now this is the night mode. It's the same time as I've just tried that that starlight twilight mode, and this seems just as clear. But like I say, we'll have a look in further detail and do a lot more testing on this unit and just see how we get on. Right then guys, all back home now after doing the final bit of testing with this. Right, so everybody's wanting to know my take on it. Okay, great unit for what it costs. 510 or 520 quid. Absolutely fab unit. Great for daytime and nighttime use. But one thing I'm going to say is I have got this for long-term testing, because I don't believe you can get to grips and get a real firm idea of what the unit can do in just a few days or a couple of weeks. So I am going to be putting more videos on my channel, doing some rabbiting with this, things like that, because you know, it does come across as a really great unit, and I'm looking forward to really seeing what it can do. I've got 3 or 4 negatives on it, unfortunately. The first being this dial here. You can probably hear it clicking. Now, I don't know whether that's going to be a problem when you're out rabbiting, whether it's going to spook the rabbits any, but we'll soon find out. So that could do with being a bit quieter. Secondly, there is no freeze frame for when you're doing the one-shot zero, like Pulsar. I can't comment for Hick Micro, things like that. I don't know whether they have, possibly have, but I know that the Pulsar products have got a freeze frame option. You can fire at the target. If you miss, for however far you miss, you can then put the crosshair on the centre of the ball where you've been aiming, freeze it, and then move your secondary crosshair onto your point of impact and go from there. It hasn't got that function, and however, having Pulsar products myself, I think it's great. So I'm hoping that when Oneleaf hear this review, they'll probably in time do a revised unit, and they'll put things on like that, make this a lot quieter. Thirdly, the starlight or twilight mode that this unit has, when you use that, everything shows up in pink. Now, I don't know whether this is a reason for it. I'm going to have to contact Oneleaf and find out whether there's a reason for why the twilight or starlight mode is in pink. Because although it's clear, it's also very clear in the night mode as well. I can't see any real benefit. So I'm going to have, like I say, I'm going to have to contact them and find out whether there's a reason for that. And fourthly, this little thing here, it's like a sunshade for using bright weather. It just screws on here like this. I mean, apologies to Oneleaf, I think it looks hideous, and I'm assuming that there's quite a few other people out there that think this as well. I don't know if it's some kind of gimmick, but I've tried it and I can't see any benefit. But there you go. But other than that, this unit is absolutely fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to using it many more times, and just basically seeing what it can do with when I'm shooting rabbits and things like that. But to be honest, it's worth every single penny. But I've also, if you want to buy it, you can buy it through me, and I'll get you I'll put a link for a 10% discount code. And like I say, if you've got any comments, please get in touch with me through the comments, and and I'll help you as much as I can. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.